Here's a hot take. If you have a message inside you that
All right, all right. Y'all know what it is, man. Here we go. We rocking out on officially episode number 9, man. I'm ready to rock out, man. Tell me y'all ready to rock out. Tell me where y'all ready to log in from. Listen, we're gonna have a dope show tonight. I promise you, we're gonna enjoy it, man. Listen, I got so many things I'm gonna talk about with you guys because listen, we had an amazing uh Super Bowl this past weekend, which was just phenomenal, right? I mean, let's be honest. That first half was slow, right? But I think the energy that Bad Bunny brought to the table actually changed the income because the second half of that game actually turned out to be all right, right? Turned out to be all right. Big shout to the Seattle Seahawks for winning the Super Bowl. I know there's a lot of Patriots fans out here. It sucks for y'all, but listen, I'm from New York. I can't, in good conscience, root for the Patriots, but also I would not have been mad if they won because let's be honest, this is my team right here. Jets, 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 Jets all day. Yes, I know they suck. All right, before y'all get on my back about the Jets, I know they're not very good, but that's how you prove your loyalty. When you can still rep for a team you know is trash. How many of y'all got that type of heart? How many of y'all got that in your chest? Huh? Let me know in the comments, man. I need y'all to rock with me. I need y'all to do everything you can to just rock with your boy, man. Because listen, we are about to have a good time on this episode. I'm telling y'all right now, it's just about to go down, man. Listen. Also, a little later in the show, we got big homie, my man from Satisfied Speaks, my homie Kevin Satisfield, who will be here in the building in just a few. We just got a couple housekeeping things that we're gonna do. We're gonna send out some notices. We're gonna get everybody rocking with us. And listen, this is what I need y'all to do. Make sure y'all like, subscribe, and share. All right, like, subscribe, and share. Real simple. It don't cost you much. Don't cost you nothing, but it means everything to people like me because listen, this is what we do. I'm not here putting my life on the line, not realistically, but putting myself out there just to entertain you all. And listen, I hope you love it because I love it and I love what I'm doing, man. You know what I'm saying? So let's have some fun. Let's have some fun. So listen, for those of you that don't know, the Super Bowl halftime show was probably the biggest draw for the Super Bowl this year. And I hate to say it this way, but probably more than the NFL teams, unless you're a Seahawks fan or a Patriots fan. The halftime show was the biggest draw. And here's what made it the draw, right? It wasn't so much that Bad Bunny is a great artist. And don't get me wrong, he absolutely is, right? I'm just giving you from my perspective. Bad Bunny is a great artist, right? But truthfully, I can't say I listened to much of his music prior to, right? And that's just because his music is in Spanish, right? There's nothing wrong with that, in my opinion. He's representing where he comes from, right? But because of the huge MAGA supporters that are out there, they made it into something that it was never intended to be, right? They made it to something political. They tried to, say all kind of things to try to say it was un-American, and in truth, none of that is true. Let me say that again. None of that is actually true because guess what? Puerto Rico is a U.S. colony. So if you're born in Puerto Rico, in PR, in a Spanish speaking territory, they're American. They're American. If you didn't know that, right? So to all of you, listen, don't get me wrong. I understand that there are certain people who, for some reason, didn't get the memo that they became a U.S. territory a while back, but they are. Listen, they are. And one of these days, you guys will recognize that they are, right? But what made it so galvanizing is that people on the right, the ultra conservative people, the people that claim to be Christian but don't really actually push forward those values, unfortunately, they made it something that it was never intended to be. They tried to uh, say that Bad Bunny was going to be un-American. They say he was going to make it political. They tried to say he was going to talk about how much he hates America. And the truth is, none of that is true. Not a single drop of it was true, right? His whole message was a love letter to Puerto Rico and his family, right? It was a message to America that yes, we're American too, and we still love you. And it was also a party in the middle of the Super Bowl. He made it live. I can tell you like this: for about a week now, I have been Puerto Rican. I'm telling you, I felt like I'm Puerto Rican for about a week now because that's just how it's been. Because it's been seriously in all seriousness. I know I made a joke about being Puerto Rican, but I'm telling y'all right now, it's a real thing because listening to his music, that's the first time I really got to hear it, and I will say that I was very very impressed by the music that Bad Bunny brought to the table. So, um, listen, it was just an amazing thing to see that level of love that he brought to the table, despite having so many people um, have these negative messages that try to galvanize him. That's just not that's just not the right thing to do. And listen, for those of you who are Christian, um, real Christianity, and when the Bible says you welcome the foreigner, right? That's the word. You welcome the foreigner, right? Don't treat them like an outcast. You welcome them, right? But to behave the way some people did about this lets you know up front what they're about. And it's sad. It's really sad because there's no way that we should be treating somebody who is an American in such a negative way. He hasn't done anything that would say that he is going to be un American. He has not carried himself in a way where people will turn against him. He has not um, thrown out any hate speech. He's a Grammy Award winning artist, right? These are all the things that are amazing about this man, that he's continued to show love despite so much vitriol and hate. Why? What is the point in that? Like, seriously, like, if you can't understand that this is an American thing, right? That PR is an American country or territory, I should say. You really don't know anything about your country. You don't, and that's sad. That's really sad. So, and then they tried to have another halftime show to quote unquote compete with Bad Bunny show, right? To compete with the halftime show from this company called TPUSA, Toilet Paper USA is what I likened them to, because it was trash. And if you wanted to make it the thing of Christian values, family values, and American values, right? You chose Kid Rock, who literally has lyrics in some songs about how being underage is the thing that he wants, right? Like, I'm not going to go into the very specific lyrics. At this point, you can look it up easily. You can look it up real easy, right? But if you don't take the time to actually look it up, you won't know, because that means you don't care. That means you don't care, right? And that's all I'm really gonna say about that. I'm gonna say, we're not gonna talk bad about people. I know I said some things that may hurt a few feelings, and that's okay. But at the same time, you've got to tell the truth, right? You've got to tell the truth. And this next guest that I'm bringing onto the show, my man Kevin, he's gonna be a person that tells the truth. He is a radio host. He is a speaker, public speaker. He does a lot of things in the community. that he's helping people to grow and just to get to a better place, right? And that's all what we're about on this show, helping people get to a better place. All right. So without further ado, let me bring him on stage. My man Kevin Satisfield from Satisfield. What's going on, sir? How you?
Hey, what's up, my brother? Can you hear me? Everything's
Yes,
good?
sir. I can hear you. How you
All
doing,
right,
man?
all right, all right. I'm on with the legend, y'all. The legend, the legend, the legend. Rise up, worldwide legend. That's my man. What's
Oh
going on,
man,
brother?
we good, man. I think you might want to turn your speakers down a little bit. I can hear a little bit of echo.
Okay.
But man, I'm so happy to have you on here, man. This has been a long time coming. Um, it's been a long time since we've got a chance to talk and work with each other, and I'm happy to have you here, man. So let's jump right into it, man. First off, I want to talk about the Satisfield Speaks, right? Because that's a new one that I wasn't aware of until we spoke a few weeks ago.
hmm
So please tell me, what is Satisfield Speaks?
So Satisfield Speak is my stage name
Hmm.
whenever I go speak. I speak to young adults, teenagers. I
Hmm.
speak to adults too, but all my speeches are around the identity point. Um, I pre- I speak principles, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And the main principle that I teach, because I'm really a teacher. I'm really not a speaker. I speak, but I'm really a teacher. I like to get in any speaking engagement that you come to see me. You're gonna get a lesson.
Mm.
It is what it is. Just that's what I do, right?
Yeah.
And I teach around the principle of be, do, have. So
Mm.
what does that mean, right? Most of the time society try to switch that around and say have, do, be. What do I
Mm.
mean by that, right?
Okay.
They say I have the money, I can do what I want to do, and now I can be happy, right? But
Mm.
that's not a success principle.
No, it's not.
That's not how God made this thing. God made it be, do, have. So let me explain that,
That's
right?
good.
If I be a disciplined person, then I can do the things that I need to do to be successful. And
Ooh.
then I can have the money and the freedom that I desire. B speaks to identity. Do speaks to accepting that identity. And do speaks to accepting your identity, and have speak to possessing that identity.
Yeah.
Be, do, have.
Yeah. Wow. Wow. So be, do, accept. Wait, say it again.
Have.
Be,
Be, do, have.
do, have.
Right.
Okay. Okay. I like it. I like it. So tell me, how did you come up with something like that? Because that's an easy kind of phrase, but I know that had to come from somewhere that really prompted you to put this together.
Absolutely. It's a biblical principle. It's actually the first principle God really put in the earth.
Hmm.
I'm gonna have to go scripture to explain it. But
By
if you
all
go to
means.
Genesis 1 and 26,
Yeah.
let's start there. Most people know that scripture, but it says, let us make man in our image and after our likeness and have dominion over the earth, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
An image, you can't do an image, you have to be an image,
Mm.
right?
Okay. Got
His
that.
likeness, what is his likeness? In the same scripture, in the beginning, he said, God created the heavens and the earth. So he is the creator. So what does he do? He creates, do. And the last one is obvious, have dominion, be, do, have.
I like it.
Yep.
Be, do,
Mm-hmm.
have.
Be,
Man,
do,
that's such
have.
that's such an amazing thing. because it's biblical. It kind of walks you through the process, and you literally just gave me an example from the word. So like,
Right.
I love it. I love it. I love it. So now, so we have the motto. Um, what? So I know that you were previously. I think you're still involved in radio to some sort, right?
Hmm.
Um, how did you go from radio to public speaking?
Well, during my radio days, I um I loved it.
Okay.
It's fantastic. Had a lot of success. It was great.
And what's the name of the station so everybody can follow?
The station that I used to own, I used to be the CEO and owner of Red Ink Radio Live. A lot
Red
of people
Ink
had
Radio.
a lot of listeners
Yeah.
of Red Ink Radio Live. A lot of famous DJs, DJ Mighty Dangerous, DJ Musa, DJ Sean Lover.
Mm.
Um, we did it big. We did it big. But when you walking into purpose, it's that's a different sandwich. Everything changes. Entertainment is good, but purpose will take over entertainment any day, any single day. So I kind of took a step back from radio to move into my purpose to teach these young folks about identity because they have no clue.
That's amazing. Wow. So you took your skill in radio and you decided to turn it into public speaking to help the younger generation get to the next level.
Absolutely. During my radio days, I had a radio show called Cornerstone. Um, it was called Cornerstone. So, of course, Cornerstone is from the Bible,
Of course. Of
right?
course.
Jesus was the cornerstone, right?
Yes, absolutely.
But we talked about everyday life situations and try to make people see good in things. That
Mm.
was my station. Then we had another station, Opinions Matters. My man K Foy, my man Donald Keys, um, your opinion matters, and they went along, and they had topics, and they gave their opinions about it. And then I had Winning Credit Solutions. I touched so many areas in that station, but every area was always building somebody up.
Mm.
That was the key,
Yeah.
right? That was the key.
I think that's kind of where me and you connect because you know me from my rise
Right.
up or ride days, and that's quite literally the same thing. Everything we did was to lift people up, bring them to a better place, and literally rise up from whatever ashes they've had to live through.
Absolutely.
So, so I think that's where we connect, and I love what you're doing over there, man. That's amazing. So now it's red ink. Is that something that you're still kind of working through?
Right now, it's in the background.
Okay. So
Right
the
now,
station is shut down at the moment, or
it's shut down. I have to focus on this, and
okay.
then it's not dead. It's just on pause.
Sometimes you got to put things on pause. Rise
Right.
up is on pause.
Right.
So
Right.
I'm with you.
Right.
So this is me just focusing on me. So I completely understand. Right. So because sometimes you have to learn to narrow cast. Right.
Hmm.
Um, one thing I've learned is that if you have your hands in too many things or you're running in too many different directions, you're not going to see progress.
Right.
You're not going to see growth because though while you may be moving in one direction, then you turn around and have to move another direction that actually takes you back from the progress you went in the previous direction. So it's kind of
Right.
like you end up running in circles just to try to make things happen.
Right.
So
Right.
I completely, I completely get it.
Right. The one thing that I learned, man, after I shut that down is okay. First of all, I was running everything.
Mm,
Had over 10,000 listeners. We had a lot of listeners. Things are going great.
yeah.
But I still work my 9 to 5 in New York City.
Mm.
And I had to, take my laptop with me. Sometimes I'm at work, I got to log on to radio station 24 hours. I was grinding, man. I was grinding. But once I shut it down and I really started taking a step back and start looking at real business, every business have to have a system. And it's key, it's necessary. We have to understand as people how to build systems. The more you understand how to build a business system, the more successful you will be, right?
Mm. That's powerful.
Because it's not just about your hands, it's about your hands and my hands and the next person. People know stuff that I don't know, right? It's called automate and delegate.
Mm.
You
Clip
have to
that. Say
learn
that
how to
one more
automate and
time.
delegate. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Right. You got to learn how to automate and delegate. And if we learn how to do that as a people, we have so much, our business will be flourishing.
So let's drill down on that a little bit because
Okay.
that's a major key that I don't think a lot of people truly understand. Because if you've never really seen somebody build a business and build systems, you don't even know where to begin. So can
Right.
you talk about maybe some systems or examples of systems that you built?
Okay. I just talked about the principle that I use, right? Be, do, have.
You do have.
And I use the scripture of Genesis 1 and 26. You go to the beginning of that scriptures, it says, God created the heavens and the earth. What exactly did he do? He started building a system called Earth.
Mm.
Think about that.
Okay.
He started building a system called Earth. Why
Yeah.
did I call it a system? I was thinking about this the other day, right?
Mm-hmm.
When he was creating it, he never came back to say, okay, I'm going to put this law in place called sowing and reaping. Or I'm going to put this law in place called, gravity. He did it as he built the earth. He
Mm.
built the system at the same time as he created. That makes sense?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. Systems.
So,
So
so he
systems is
started the
biblical,
system
bro.
immediately.
Right. Right. So we got to learn how to build systems.
Okay. Okay.
Absolutely.
Okay. Okay.
I
So
I see
now,
you pondering on that a little bit.
yeah, my mind is like, okay, like that's really good because I love how you pulled out the biblical examples of how he built the system, right?
Right.
Um, because these are things that you normally just wouldn't see,
Right.
uh, especially coming from if your background isn't in building, business building, right? Because if you go a lot of places, man, education system for the most part is built to teach you how to work for somebody else,
Right.
right? And when you're doing it that way and you're building for somebody else,
Right.
you know what I mean? You don't learn systems, you learn compliance.
Right.
You learn how to take orders, not create opportunities.
Absolutely.
Man,
Abs-
man,
Absolutely.
I love it.
I'll go even deeper on that, just a little bit, right?
Okay.
That system actually don't even teach you how to think. Think about that. It
Mm,
it gives you it may ask you a question and they have you study the questions or whatever it is, and then you just answer it, right?
yeah.
But true thinking has to come from the subconscious mind, right? True thinking has to come from the subconscious mind because what the subconscious mind believes is what you do, right? Your front is your thinking mind, but guess what? nothing's going there because they're just telling you, okay, this is what it is.
Yeah.
1 + 1 is 2. This, that, and the
Yeah.
other. Da 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 da. So that particular system. Now, my daughter's in college. I tell her get good grades for sure, 100%.
Yeah.
But that system, you got to go beyond that system if you want to be successful. 100%.
Wow, that's good. That's good because you don't see anything like that, like being taught. You almost have to go through self-education to learn
Right.
something like that, or
Right. And that's
find
the,
an entrepreneurial school or something.
right. Honestly speaking, that's why I teach things like be, do, have, and identity and this, that, and the other, so it can lead them to that.
Nice, and I love
Right.
how that you keep everything that you're teaching from a biblical perspective. Like we're not just making this up out of thin
No,
air.
no.
This is it. This is what we do.
Right. It's what we
So
do, bro.
that's amazing. That's amazing, man. You know, so people can follow you. How do people follow you on social media? Like, what's your at?
Satisfield Speaks. That's Instagram. There's also Satisfield Speaks on TikTok. On Facebook, it's just me, KSAT, or Kevin Sat.
Okay.
It's
All
Kevin
right. So
Sat.
look, listen,
Yeah.
we updated it. So listen, if y'all are walking, listening to us right now, I got the homie Satisfield Speaks, rocking with us and really having a good time, man. As we talk about all things music, all things business and radio. So let's go deeper, man. Let's go deeper. So you first started with radio, right? What made you want to get involved in radio? Because as another radio host, it's rare that you find people that really just have a love for radio. Because let's be honest, it's thankless.
Right.
People don't really think about you unless they got something they want to promote.
Right.
So, you know, how did you get involved, or why did you get involved?
Well, actually, I started. I had a record label. Okay, I had a record label. I had some gospel artists. One of my gospel artists
But
was getting ready to sign. We were getting ready to sign a major deal with Columbia. Major deal, $20 million deal, right? And the day before, they had already sent me the paperwork. The day before I signed, I had to send the paperwork in the next day. Now, if you know anything about the music industry, the artist never calls the record label. That's a big no-no.
Okay.
This dude calls the record label.
So
They reached out to me immediately.
Go in there before you go tell the story. And can you explain to the audience why you should never call why an artist should never call the label?
Because they only deal with the management company.
Okay.
The management company is who they deal with. The management company is who they built the relationship with. When the artist calls, guess what? It's showing them that they don't care about nothing. It's all about them. Makes sense?
Wow.
Because they already built the relationship with your management company. Why are you going to overstep your management company? That's a bad move, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So he made the call, and the next email that I got, we canceled the deal, right? So from that, the reason why I told that story is from that is why we created a radio station. So we can go on and bring radio hosts, artists to the station and interview the artists and, so we can get people signed on the label. But it just blew up.
So
we stayed in radio.
Right? Did the artist go on to, was it a situation where they kind of cut you out of the deal, or the artist didn't get a deal at all?
No, the artists ain't, we dealt the deal. We dealt the deal. The
Okay.
deal was done. They cut the deal because they didn't want to deal with him because of that situation. They didn't trust him. Yep. $20 million
Wow.
deal. Yep.
Wow. So I want to summarize this for those that may not understand. As an artist, you work with your manager, right? The manager is the one that negotiates the deal with the major labels,
Right.
right? Because the artist kind of went around the label, excuse me, the management, that was a red flag to the label. Like, wait a minute, if you will undercut your manager, there's no telling what you'll do with us.
Right.
So because of that, he lost out on a $20 million deal.
Yep. And the term is red. We red flag your artist.
So nobody
Yep.
else is going to want to deal with him.
Oh,
Ooh. So he shot his own career in the foot.
yep. Yep. And all that music we made that would have went platinum is still sitting on the shelf today.
That's crazy.
Yep.
Man. And if I'm glad that you talked about this, because I'm sure there's artists out there who want to do something major, who want to do music, who want to do things to get to the next level. And he may like, and I don't know his intention. I don't even know who the artist is, but he could have just simply been calling a label just to verify the contract. But because he went around you, that that was a big red flag for the label. Like, wait a minute, you're supposed to go through your person, and
Right.
because you didn't, the radio, the not the radio, the major label was like, nah, this seems shady. We're gonna pass.
Yep. It's high
That's
risk. Yep. Look, just like we said, building systems, you always got to stay in your lane, bro.
yeah.
If you stay in your lane, you're fine, right? So,
Mm-hmm.
a lot of business that I do, I use AI agents, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I got what's called 12 AI agents. Each agent has a lane, right?
Mm-hmm.
No one agent goes over into the other agent's lane. So if one is doing social media, it strictly does social media. If one does marketing, he only does marketing. It's a business principle. You do not step into someone else's lane.
And now with
That
the
was my point of bringing that up, right?
yeah. No, that's amazing. And dive into that AI agent. Can you explain what that is? That you've hired somebody to use AI, or it's completely AI and you just tell it what to do?
I have an assistant, and she tells the AI agents what to do. Like I said, I have 12 of them, and instead of me, because I'm a small business, I can't afford to pay 12 people yet or 13
Right.
people. I can
Right.
only afford to pay one. So that one person tell the 12 agents what to do, and they do the work of the 12 with one person.
Mm. Wow.
But understand this, that also need to let people see where the world is going today.
The
Right?
world is there.
Right. The world is there, right? And they
So
talking about putting out all these robots and this, that, and the other. It is here. It is here. Which brings up another topic.
mm,
Jack all trades, right? Which
mm-hmm.
brings up another topic. This is why, and me and you talked about this. This is why right now today it is so important to have assets in your arsenal versus just a job. You still work a job now, but you take your money and you buy the assets because the assets are going to keep growing. Your job is not guaranteed. Make sense?
Yeah.
Sowing and reaping, right?
Yeah.
Another scripture where God said, you can eat all of the garden. You can eat freely, every and freely. I actually did a sermon about that. Every and freely, right?
Mm-hmm.
Except that one. Every and freely is abundance. Surely die is what? Lack. So do we understand Christ came to take us out of lack to get us back in abundance?
Wow. To take us back to the garden.
Why are we staying focused on that one tree when he actually eliminated it?
So I'm going to give you everything you need. This is the one you don't need.
Right.
The human nature focuses on the one that we don't need.
Absolutely. Renew your mind to abundance, because listen, if you don't have no money, how are you going to help somebody?
Yeah.
The scripture says, be fruitful, multiply, replenish, subdue, and have dominion. How are you going to replenish if you don't have the money or the assets or anything to give to somebody else? How are you going to sow a seed into somebody else when you're only looking at yourself? It's not a principle of God.
No, it's not. Not at all. Man. Listen, let's take a quick break, man. I just want to get into some music and everything.
Okay.
As a lot of y'all know, last week your boy dropped his first album called Love and Loyalty. And I'm gonna get into some music from that. Listen, we don't have music videos yet, but they on the way. We're gonna be working on that real soon. But in the meantime, in between time, I'm gonna share some music with y'all so y'all can rock out with me. Listen, make sure you like, subscribe, share, all that good stuff on IG, YouTube, Facebook, and TikTok. All right, we are starting to build an actually very large following on TikTok very quickly. TikTok is actually taking off faster than any other platform that we have. So listen, if you're not on it yet, get on it. There's a reason the commander-in-chief wanted to tax TikTok and ban it, is because there's power in it that they can't control. So you can take advantage of it while we still have it and still rock out. So listen, let's get into some tracks, man. This is the cover. This is the page where you can get it. I'm gonna put it into the chat so you can go on and double check. I mean, not double check. Go on and purchase the album. It's joeboss.bandcamp.com where you can purchase the album. Or really just go on any of our social media sites. Just type in at Joe Boss Radio. You'll be able to rock out. So listen, I don't know if you got a chance to hear it, Kevin, but the album is dope. And I'm gonna play the song. This is the lead single. It's called Celebration. So y'all know what it is, man. Rise up, Joe Boss Radio. Stay tuned, stay blessed.
It's a celebration. We just won the championship. Congratulations. We worked hard, believed in the dream with dedication. We locked arms, put time in the gym, cooperation. About to spin the block one more time in celebration. Yeah. This is celebration. Yeah. This is celebration. Yeah. This is celebration. Raise a glass to the air. Let's celebrate victories. We have conquered despair and laid down the enemies. We've been grinding on our feet. We've we've been praying on our knees. We got cuts across our hands, but we still lift and feel the breeze. Got my graduation cap, little bit of swag across the top. When I walk across that stage, little bit of swag up in my walk. Put respect across my name, or watch your mouth when you talk. And my prices just went up, money rising like the stock. I got faith, I got joy, and I got love, and I got peace. I got grind up in my heart, sacrificed a lot of sleep. Competition came out tough, but I'm still standing on my feet. And my faith in the Most High, the reason I can't be beat. While I'm on this earth, I'm putting in work. I'm about to go berserk in the kitchen. I've been whipping, and y'all about to get dessert. So save the hate, I'm too focused trying to win, counting trophies, cause we gon' win again. It's a celebration. We just won the championship. Congratulations. We worked hard, believed in the dream with dedication. We locked arms with time in the gym. Cooperation. About to spin the block one more time in celebration. This a celebration. This a celebration. This a celebration. It's fourth quarter, line them up, cause I'm about to take that shot. Tell that competition when they try to stop me, they will not. Let me talk to the academics, that's my G's with degrees. Give them A plus effort, but remember C's get degrees. Have some grace for yourself, get some space for yourself. Hit that gym and get your health, and check that bank and get your wealth. Cause real estate can build your wealth. If you can cook, then be a chef. If you can sing, then hit that studio and give it all your breath. I'm trying to put you on the game, the different ways to get that bread. I pay my bills on time, I'm on my grind. My neck's with cherry red, turn that music up. Yeah, we up, yeah, that means we stuck. We gon' win so much that them blessings overflow the cup. Heading towards my peak, yeah, my team gon' start this winning streak. Time to move your feet. Don't you hear them trumpets and the beat? Yes, I'm celebrating me. This that year that I'ma shine. You should press rewind, cause we gon' run it back one more time. It's a celebration. We just won the championship. Congratulations. We worked hard, believed in the dream with dedication. We locked arms, put time in the gym. Cooperation. About to spin the block one more time in celebration. It's a celebration. It's a celebration. It's a celebration.
Yeah, y'all know what it is, man. Rise Up Worldwide is in the building. You know what I mean? Formerly Rise Up Worldwide, I should say. You know, sometimes I have to remember that we actually don't use that name no more, because that was the brand for like 7-8 years. You know, and I do find myself sometimes still using that terminology per se, but at the same time, you know, this is where we at. New venture. It's always been Joe Boston Deal. I just wasn't using my own name back in the day. Now here we are. So listen, as a secretary and manager, you know, what's your doing to the music, sir?
Well, we need to talk about that because, bruh, it's hot.
Thank you.
I think you can do some things, man. I think you
Wow.
can do some things for sure. Yeah.
Appreciate that. Appreciate that. Look,
It's nice, it's clean. You know, the beat is very catchy. Those horns play a really big part because it catches the people's ear. You know what I mean? Yeah. Good stuff, man.
that's what's up, man. I appreciate that, man. That song is meant to be an anthem. It's meant to be the song that you go on anytime you get a victory. You graduate, you're doing anything. Appreciate it. So let me see. We got some people in the contacts. Oh, big homie, Malachi 4040. Thank you. Thank you. About time on the music. Absolutely right. You're absolutely right, sir. Appreciate it. So listen, Kevin, let's talk about how did you feel about the Super Bowl and particularly the halftime show with Bad Bunny?
Okay, Bad Bunny,
Mm-hmm.
phenomenal artist.
Mm-hmm.
We just didn't understand him. I don't speak Spanish, you know what I mean? But the people, the Puerto Rican people really loved it, and it was for them.
Yeah.
You understand? So
Mm-hmm.
often people so focused on themselves, you gotta take your eyes off yourself sometimes to see the good and what it did for somebody else.
Yeah,
It really helped them, you know what I mean? So
for
I'm
sure.
for it all day long.
Love that. Love that, man. You know, what I liked about it is that they tried to politicize it as if he was going to make it some terrible thing
Right,
where he was going to, talk about how much he hates America. And he literally did the exact opposite.
right.
His whole message was about love, about unity, about, it was a love letter to Puerto Rico in a sense, because he had a lot of things. It was a love letter to the Puerto Ricans in like Brooklyn and New York. That's where the majority population of Puerto Ricans migrate to, is New York. So, and there was so many key things about that whole entire performance. Like he just, it was beautiful. It really
Let me
was.
ask you a question. Where did he get that idea from? Think
The idea,
about it.
the idea to
Where did
what?
he get that idea from? The whole concept that he did. Where did he get that idea from?
The concept of unity and love.
How he did the whole halftime show.
Mm,
Kendrick Lamar. Think about it.
mm,
Kendrick did the same thing.
okay.
He just did it for Puerto Rico.
Kendrick did lay the
Yep.
foundation.
Kendrick did the same thing about LA.
Mm,
LA, and then he put a little bit of Drake stuff in there, and Kendrick did the same thing. Yep.
wow. I love that. That's amazing because now that you say that, I can see the I guess the format,
Yep.
for lack of a better word, where he kind of took how Kendrick made his as an ode to LA. He made
Yep.
his an ode to Puerto Rico, and he
Yep.
included all of the Spanish countries.
Absolutely. Yep.
And he even shouted out South America. Like there's more than one America. It's not just
Right.
USA.
Right.
It's North America and Canada.
Right.
You know what I mean? That was I love that. We got a derpy 50 too. I don't know what that name is. I'm sorry if I'm butchering your name, but he said shout out to the Jets and Vikings for Sam Darnold motivation. That's the truth. That's the truth. But listen, man, I loved it because, like you said, the message was about unity.
Right.
He took an opportunity where a lot of people wanted to kind of discount him. They tried to, say that he wasn't American, even though Puerto Rico is an American colony. So if you're
Right.
born in Puerto Rico, you are an American.
Absolutely. Right.
If you travel to Puerto Rico from America, you don't need a passport,
Absolutely. Absolutely.
right?
That's right.
So what it really showed me was it showed a lot of the people's hearts,
Right.
both before and after, because
Right.
if you had the heart, and admittedly, when I first heard that Bad Bunny was doing it, my first thought was, you got a completely Spanish-speaking artist doing it?
Right.
Okay, I don't know how this is going to work. That was my first impression, admittedly. But
Right.
then I thought about it, and I didn't know who he was personally. Then I started to, see that he's literally the biggest artist in the world right now. He won like 3-4 Grammys a couple
Yep.
weeks ago. He's been doing his thing. He was the right selection
Right.
for the Super Bowl halftime show. He just won a ton of Grammys. You
Right.
want the best artist that you can get at the time that's most relevant at the Super Bowl.
Right.
So big
Right.
shout to the NFL and Jay-Z for making the right choice.
But
That
you
was the
can't.
right
But
decision.
look, bro. You can't forget Coco because she killed that song.
She did.
I don't know if you've seen it,
No, I missed the
but
beginning.
she killed that, and she did a tribute to Whitney Houston with the stripes on her white dress. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
That was classic. That was classic. That was
it really
classic.
was. I did because admittedly I missed the first half of it because I was doing other things, traveling. I had some family come in, or friends, I should say, come out of the city. So I missed like the whole first quarter. So I missed that part, but I heard about it after the fact. And man, she really did do an amazing job. I'm gonna see if I can pull up that clip and just run it. You know what I mean? Because she really did do. You know, I love when there's unity. I love when people are actually showing the love that they should show. And I love how she not only did something for the African Americans, because listen, was it like 80% of the NFL is black?
Right.
It was an ode to like a love letter to the African American population and to an iconic singer, Whitney Houston.
Right.
It was as they say, it was a double entendre for her to sing that song. So that's an
Right.
amazing thing that you would want to see at the Super Bowl.
Right. Right.
But of course,
and it's Black History Month.
and it's Black History Month.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like there's so many reasons why this was exactly the right thing to do. Because it just how can I say it just felt right.
Right. I understand. Yep.
Just felt right. Like, okay, this is where we were supposed to be. This is where as a country we need to progress to. But unfortunately, there's an element that tried to completely undermine the progression, right?
Mm-hmm.
They tried to have a competing halftime show, which, from what I understand, it really wasn't a competition because
Right.
Bad Bunny's halftime show is arguably they said there's proven that it was the most watched halftime show ever. They're estimating somewhere between 135 to 142 million people saw their halftime performance by Bad Bunny, and they estimate maybe 6 million people saw the TP USA.
Mm-hmm.
And man, so anyway, this is what I'm gonna do. I want Kevin, I want you to let people know how they can follow you, how they can rock with you. We're gonna end this episode by playing Coco Jones's Super Bowl performance. And then of course we will see y'all next week, same bat time, same bat channel. Kev, how can people stay rocking with you, sir?
So on Instagram, it's right there at Satisfield Speaks. TikTok, same thing at Satisfield Speaks. You want to hit me on Facebook? It's just my personal Kevin Sat, KevinSat. That's it. That's Facebook.
All right. Yeah. That's it, man. We appreciate you being here, rocking with us, man. Listen, stay with us for a little bit and enjoy this beautiful rendition of "Lift Every Voice" from Coco Jones. And y'all know how we do, man. Rock Joe Boss Radio. Stay tuned. Stay blessed. Of course, you truly. All right, let's start this over, y'all. This is not supposed to go like this. Here we go.
Lift every voice and sing.
Oh, come on, the internet is aiding right now.
Till earth and heaven ring, ring with the harmonies of liberty. Let our rejoicing rise as the listening skies. Let it resound loud as a rolling sea. Sing a song full of the faith that the dark past has taught us. Sing a song full of the hope that the present has brought us. Facing the rising sun of a new day begun. Let us march on till victory. Let us march on till victory is won.
All right. We will see y'all next week. Same bat time, same bat channel, right here on Joe Boss Radio. Follow us each and every place at Joe Boss Radio. Y'all have a good one. Peace.